pull up a pew and strap on your holy garment. This is the 5 greatest Christian / Bible movies of all time, in my opinion. Before we start, check out the merchandise. It's a John Deere bracelet. Oh wait. John 3:16. The Christian movie industry is often reported by movie critics and some Christians to produce movies that, for lack of a better phrase, are a biff car full of manure. But I testify, Brother Devon, there have also been some great ones. As stated before, and borderlining on being redundant, this is my opinion of the 5 greatest Christian / Bible movies of all time. I chose movies great in value, but also feature Bible characters even if there's some artistic license that has been taken. Number 5. Number 5 is actually a tie. Why? It's not because I had trouble deciding, but I'm aware of the potential backlash that one of these movies ensues. Noah, the one with Russell Crowe. It was controversial. It had like an environmental, humanistic theme going on. The artistic license was used to the max. Admittedly, the take on the Nephilim was interesting. However, I found it really entertaining. And the special effects really are some of the coolest effects I've ever seen. Alright, warning, Noah should not replace a Bible study on the book of Genesis. That's why I tie it with Chronicles of Narnia. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It's kind of ironic. Noah features Bible characters, but it deviates much so from the message of the Bible. Narnia pretty much has non-Bible characters, but its message is very biblical. I thought both of these movies were great. I guess you could say Narnia was more Christian, and Noah's more like Christian fan fiction. Number 4, The Passion of the Christ. I've already reviewed this movie, and those that have seen it know I gave it a great review. Though the film may pay a little too much attention to the Catholic fan service, I like the film for the authenticity and really just creating an atmosphere. I just liked how it was treated like a serious Hollywood production. And please check out my main review for it. It's probably my most hated review yet. Number 3, The Prince of Egypt. Often when people think of a great Moses movie, they think of the 10 Commandments. You know, the one starring Charlton Heston, or as Robin Williams calls them, Guns N' Moses. Just picture that. Welcome to Egypt! We got toads and plagues! However, I think The Prince of Egypt is better than the 10 Commandments, and probably the best Moses movie yet. This movie does take artistic license, but it has great animation. Some great songs, especially that Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey song. Oh yeah. Some really awe-inspiring and emotional scenes. It is animated, but the tone might be a little too mature for kids. So, I must say, The Prince of Egypt really is excellent. Oh, and here's a useless observation. God, I'm such a nerd. Val Kilmer portrayed Batman in Batman Forever. And he also did the voice of Moses in The Prince of Egypt. Christian Bale portrayed Batman in the Dark Knight trilogy and played Moses in Ridley Scott's Exodus, Gods and Kings. I'm starting to think Moses hangs his robe and staff in the Batcave. Number 2. 1 and 2 were really hard for me. Ultimately, I think I did save the better movie for the number 1 slot. I still dug this one though. Jesus of Nazareth. Yeah, some of the accents are off in the movie. How can I say this in a PC way? Some of the actors are too white. See, initially this was a TV miniseries, but it was consolidated into a DVD movie, which you can buy now. Having said that, the runtime is over 5 hours, but I don't even notice it because it has solid acting that I'm interested in, and it's a relief that the characters aren't hokey or one-dimensional, which sometimes can plague Bible movies. They really do just feel like real people. And I read this on Wikipedia, and so I kind of looked for it when I rewatched the movie a couple years ago. The actor that plays Jesus, he never blinks. Look out for that. I thought I saw him maybe blink once, but he wasn't facing directly at the camera. I don't know. That could be a fun little game. I think this is the best Jesus movie that is strictly about Jesus. So let's just say it's an excellent Jesus movie. Oh yeah, Donald Pleasance is in this movie. If that doesn't ring a bell, think of Dr. Loomis in the original John Carpenter Halloween. I was waiting for the scene when Jesus is like casting out demons for Dr. Loomis to pop up and say this, "The evil is gone from here." And Jesus is like, really? Number one. This might not be a surprise. Ben-Hur. No, not the remake. Well, sort of. The Charlton Heston one is still a remake, but people refer to it as the original. But yeah, the Charlton Heston Ben-Hur. I said it was hard to pick between this and Jesus of Nazareth, between the 1 and 2 spots, and this is the reason why. Ben-Hur features mainly non-biblical characters. However, it also features the most well-known Bible character, though briefly, but still, and I'm not really spoiling anything, Jesus in this movie is kind of an integral part to the conclusion of the film. So I would say he's more than just a glorified, no pun intended, cameo. Ben-Hur is a long movie, but I watched it recently just to do this review, and it didn't feel like 4 hours. Acting is incredible. The film looks really good and rich. It was really hard to believe that this was decades and decades ago, and it still looks as good as it does. And wrap your mind around this. The famous chariot race scene is better than most action scenes today. It is the year 2016. This movie came out in 1959. Just saying. It's no surprise, this movie is excellent. And I guess it'd be somewhat of a sin if a Charlton Heston Bible movie didn't make it on here. Bad movies can have good messages. Most Christian movies focus on their good message, but I think they forget to make great films. Characters, plot, story. Maybe instead of copying a tired formula that many of these Christian movies have. For the future, these Christian movies should remember this. Don't be a label, be an original.